What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Mic Check Podcast. This is T Word People's Champ. Thanks for tapping in. Today, we're talking about Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his recent exhibition match. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate your feedback. All right, let's get into it. So, Floyd Mayweather Jr. had an exhibition match against John Gotti III. This is the grandson of the notorious gangster John Gotti. Mob boss legend. Somebody that I believe, is highly respected in gangsterdom, if you get what I'm saying. Now, that aside, his grandson, basically little known outside of his name being his claim to fame, was an MMA fighter for some time, and he decided and agreed to do an exhibition bout with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, as many of you know, Floyd has been doing these exhibitions the last few years, and he's been quite successful getting money, whether it be site fees at the gate, selling pay-per-views for, marginal pricing, etc. He continues to do it. And if you know anything about Floyd, he's not doing something that doesn't make money. So you know that he's obviously netting the money he wants. He gets to feed the animal within him that wants to continue to fight while getting paid handsomely at the same time. So it's no surprise that he picked an opponent that, number one, he could beat. Even though Gotti was significantly bigger, he knew he wasn't no real threat of getting hurt in the fight. He just needs to make it look good. And the fight itself, I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch the entire fight card. I didn't see the performances and all that. All I did was find a stream to watch Floyd get in the ring because, like I said, I enjoy watching him fight. And it's one of them things. It's just like I said the other day with Adrian Broner. Something that can fade, but it won't go away completely, is that natural God-given talent. And you could see Floyd could go in there and do whatever the hell he wanted to do. And Gotti had no answers for it. Obviously, MMA guy coming over to boxing, even if you're a puncher, somebody that fights standing up better in MMA, you get in there with a real boxer, especially when it's legendary as Floyd, you're probably going to get your ass kicked. And that's basically what happened for this entire fight. Now, one of Floyd's really good friends, Kenny Bayless, was reffing the fight. And him and his high booty was trying to steal the show. I've heard this thing a long time ago, and then I heard it recently. If a referee has a catchphrase, they're going to try to steal the show in the fight. Kenny Bayless has a catchphrase: what I say, you must obey. That lets you know right then he wants to be a part of the spectacle. He doesn't want to be a fly on the wall or the third man in the ring who just appears when necessary. He wants to have an impact. So there were some warnings that were issued during the fight that basically, and keep in mind, this is an exhibition, like 8 2-minute rounds. There's warnings that were issued about trash talking, etc. Floyd put this card together so he could say whatever the hell he wants. It doesn't matter. But Kenny Bayless took exception to John Gotti saying some things, and I couldn't really make out what he was saying, but there was one moment where Kenny Bayless breaks them up, and Floyd basically was like, hey, it's cool. I'm just going to keep beating this bitch up. I mean, it was clear as day Kenny Bayless mic picked it up. So you knew Floyd was with the shits that day, but Kenny had enough. I don't know if it was close to his bedtime because I believe it was in Florida. So, it was kind of late. So maybe he was ready to get up out of there. He already got his check. It had been cleared and he was over it. So he said, hey, if y'all keep it up, I'm going to stop the fight. Within 2 rounds, the fight was over and John Gotti didn't like it. What I thought was funny was after it was decided, okay, this thing is over, Gotti tried to run up on Floyd, and Floyd kind of took it to almost a street fighting stance, but they still had the gloves on. And he caught Gotti with the cleanest overhand right, and it backed Gotti up, and it was over. Floyd backed up when sat on the turnbuckle and kind of, was hyping the crowd, being a showman, kind of trying to make the most of the moment, like milk it. And then it kind of turned violent, and there was a bit of a melee in the ring where some real fights, broke out. And then there was even a fight backstage between some women, most notably Jocelyn Hernandez of Love and Hip Hop fame. But anyway, that's not boxing. As far as what happened in the ring, it turned really ugly. It became the talk of social media immediately. I mean, in the replies and comments from people that were watching, people were really in shock. Like, wait, is this part of the show? Like, is this a joke? Like, what's really happening here? And up to this point, Floyd Mayweather's events have been pretty clean cut. Even if they were cheesy or corny, you didn't have these events go on. But this is his second event with Zeus, the Zeus Network, I believe. And I mean, I say this time and time again, sometime when you take it to the hood, you get hood results. And I think this time you got some hood results. And I'm going to stand on that. I'm going to say that. You got to know when you deal with a certain type of demographic, the doors open for certain things to happen. And I think in this particular scenario, that door is wide open, and that's part of why it went south. Now, what I don't like, and I'm gonna wrap it up here, Nicolette Gotti actually got on social media and said some disparaging things about Floyd Mayweather's daughter Yaya and her child's father. I only know him by NBA YoungBoy. And if you've seen the videos of Floyd with his grandson, and they're kind of like, he got the little gloves on and he's punching and stuff like that. Cutest little thing you can see. Walked to the ring with him and everything. That little kid, this lady was talking about his mother and also his father. She said some really ugly things. I'm gonna try to put up an edited version on this video if you can see it, but just disappointing, that things devolved into this way and then it became that. But one thing I do know for sure, they better not play with Floyd. There's enough money circulating around that man for something bad to happen. And she even mentioned doing harm to his daughter if it wasn't, a year or 2 or 3 years, and you just don't play like that. And it's on social media, screenshots are floating around. So we'll see how this develops, but I'm gonna wrap it right there. You guys tell me what you think. Did you get to see the fight? Did you get to see the aftermath? And what do you think about Nicolette's comments on social media? This has been T for the Mic Check Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.